Getting more breaking news on the broadcast now, and this is about the air pollution in the national capital matter that is now before the Supreme Court. We have been told that the hearing has now begun in the Supreme Court over the matter, and this is being heard by a bench led by Justice Sanjay Krishan Kaul. Now, we will get you more details about what is expected out of the hearing, what really is happening, the stuff that the government in Punjab really is putting forth as far as the pollution menace that's emanating out of the state because of stubble burning is concerned. All of that will be put on the table. As far as the latest, we are beginning to understand that the Punjab Attorney General has said that they filed an affidavit regarding the steps that are taken and also registered FIRs and fines against the people responsible for stubble burning, and because of which Delhi NCR region is also suffering a lot as far as the pollution levels. My colleague Alanya is joining us with all the details as to what really is coming out of that hearing that's currently on in the court. Yes, Ananya.
Well, definitely, the Supreme Court is at this point of time hearing various petitions with regard to the rising air pollution in the national capital territory of Delhi, and various questions were put, in fact, to the Punjab government and various other states, wherein very, very clearly Punjab has been hauled up here. The Supreme Court very, very clearly saying that the incidents of fires have not stopped so far, even after repeated direction of the Supreme Court. The farm fires in the state of Punjab have not stopped. In fact, the state of Punjab was also asked by Justice Sanjay Krishan Kaul as to what has been done with regards to registration of FIRs in this regard. And very, very categorically, the Punjab AG has stated that almost 1,000 FIRs have now been registered against the landowners, and action is being taken. Another question that was posed to the Punjab AG, it will be answered in the next date of hearing via a status report, would be as to how much of costs have been recovered from, in fact, these farmers who were engaging in farm fires, were lighting up these farm fires. In fact, the Punjab AG also informed that this is becoming a law and order situation in fact, the state of Punjab. And very, very clearly, the Supreme Court is taking clear note of the submission. We'll have to still wait for a final order to come in from the topmost of the country. But discussions are on with regards to how this particular problem can actually be solved, how and what can be given to the farmers so that these incidents stop, which could improve the air quality in and around the national capital region.
And this point that you made, Ananya, about the problem of people taking to the streets, taking law and order in their own hands, in fact, also stopping the people, the enforcers of law and order, the police, from, in fact, dousing the farm fires, all of that also has been put on the table. What is expected when it comes to action coming out of the court?
Well, definitely, we also saw how the NGT also pulled up the Punjab government yesterday. But as far as we talk about the Supreme Court, the Punjab AG is very, very clear that, there are steps being taken, there are, machines given to the farmers. But the clear problem that the Amicus Curiae Prajita is also highlighting is that, many of these farmers are not able to afford machines. They are very poor in nature, and that's exactly what has to be done. Another problem is with regards to the MSP. In fact, another suggestion that came in from Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia, who was one of the members of the bench, was that people who are engaging into farm fires should not be allowed to grow paddy, because if at all they're allowed to grow paddy, they can actually, sell it to their friends via people they know. And the only solution is that these people should be stopped growing paddy is the only option available if at all the people are engaging into farm fires. If at all they are not using the alternative methods in order to complete and extinguish that stubble there, which grows in their farms with regards to the paddy cultivation. So how much of it does it play up, whether or not there is some action taken by the Punjab government after this particular hearing, is something that we'll have to wait and watch for the final orders to come out from the Supreme Court.
Right. Ananya, while the Supreme Court has asked the authorities how many FIRs so far have been registered against the offenders, one thing that has been playing out ever since the pollution levels have deteriorated, not just in the national capital, but also the adjoining areas, is the AQI numbers and how the political parties, especially the Bharatiya Janata Party, accusing the Aam Aadmi Party government both in Delhi and Punjab over the situation. What we saw as far as the AQI numbers only yesterday was how there was a significant drop in pollution levels in the state of Haryana as compared to Delhi and Punjab. Will all of that be taken into account, considering now Grab 4 measures have also been taken away in Delhi and the schools reopened?
Well, definitely, that would be a part of the hearing, which is still continuing at this point of time. And in fact, the Supreme Court is asking for. In fact, if I go take you to what is happening at the latest, is that there is a question that was posed by Justice Dhulia as to what are big and small farmers. Punjab AG, in fact, going on to explain that those are small holdings of less than 3 or 4 acres in majority is something that are called the small farmers. The Supreme Court is now, dictating part of its order wherein it has said that the upward trend in the farm fires is not a bit. 984 FIRs have been lodged. The AG has on instruction stated that they are against landowners, that these FIRs against the landowners, and entries have been made against revenue records as well. In fact, it also goes on to say that out of the total fires reported in Punjab after field visit appears only in 20% of the cases, fines have been imposed by the authorities. In fact, the Supreme Court also says that the committee will also look into the solutions. Justice
Okay.
Dhulia goes on to say that the farmers is being the villain and not being heard. He must be having some reason for doing this, and this is exactly what has been happening from the last 2 dates of hearing. Also, that a very clear point is being raised not only by Justice Dhulia but also the Micahs that these farmers are not these farmers are not against the environment. These are not people who want to desperately do something against the environment, but they have no choice. They are being heard. That no kind of solution is being granted to them, and that's exactly what they have to do at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Ananya, thank you so much for all those details that are coming out of the Apex Court. We'd have to wait and watch what really is the action that is now prescribed by the Supreme Court of the country against the people responsible for this pollution menace.